the one word that comes to mind is education.
Right.
You know, we really have to educate our clients, and we oftentimes we have to educate other agents because some agents are still stuck in that mindset. Like, hey, it's like this is just like, you know, the pandemic. You know, so. The expectation versus reality, formula is really interesting because you're going to have some clients who are, you know, they're embedded and they're in their mindset, and it's really hard to change them. So I think we have to take an approach of educating them in the language that they speak. You know, so if you have someone super analytical, you got to show them numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers don't lie. So we can pull data left and right to show what the market is doing. On the buyer side, you know, I think that a lot of buyers have this mindset right now that they can get all of their closing costs paid by the seller. And it's not necessarily I mean, we can get credits. I mean, you're amazing at getting credits, bro. But I think there's a disconnect between the quantities that we can get because the margins are a little lower for most sellers right now, the ones that are trying to sell, and because they're trying to make moves as well. But you know, on some of my listings, I've gotten offers that are, you know, $50,000-$60,000 below list price, and they're asking for $30,000 in credits. I'm like, this is a non-starter. I've got an offer that's 150 above what you're netting me. Like, how can you even compete? So for us, I have to educate that agent. You know, for buyers, is just getting them prepared. Hey, look, we have to make your offer look attractive. Granted, you know, if there's a deal that's been sitting on the market for a long time, you know, like, okay, cool, that's prime. It's a prime opportunity for getting that price a haircut. However, you and I take an approach of, you know, having conversations with the agent. Hey, what's the backstory? What's going on? What's the motivation? We obviously are going to do some serious data analytics and research around the property to see what the values are really like in that specific community or market, and then look at the features and benefits of the property compared to the others. On the selling side, it gets a little trickier because, hey, like my house is worth X amount of dollars. My neighbor just sold for this much.
Yeah.
Like, great. Yes, your neighbor sold for this much. Your neighbor has a half an acre. You don't.
Yeah.
Your neighbor has a full manicured landscape, hardscape, pool, cabana, has a little ADU. You don't. So it, you know, granted, we speak to it in kinder terms, right? But we do have to bring that to light. Like, hey, we've got to compare apples to apples. So our approach is really education, data, and then getting around the psychology of what the reality is. So reality versus perception.